Hello, my name is Jeremy Schuback, and welcome to episode 17 of the PS Pod. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to do fixes such as removing pimples, removing dust, and if there's time, removing wire. So, things like wires in front of these cows. There might or might not be time. Alright, so in order to show you how to remove this, I first need to do a quick rundown of how to use the brush tool. The brush tool is located right here, and basically you click and drag, and it brushes around. If you right-click, you're able to change the size of it. You can make it small, you can make it big. If you right-click, you can also change how hard the edge is. So you can make it completely hard, or you can make it completely soft. I'm going to select everything, press delete. Okay, I'm going to press delete and not use content aware. Just fill it with the background color. That is a lot of options for pressing delete. And deselect this. I'm going to go back to the brush tool and decrease the size of it. The other way that you can decrease the size of it, and the way that I use all the time, is with the square brackets. So the right square bracket increases the size of it, and the left square bracket decreases the size of it. So you can do this line. If we hold shift, it affects the hardness. So currently we have a very soft edge. If we hold shift plus the right square bracket, it becomes harder. And I'm just hitting it repeatedly. And we can see how it's hard. And if we hold shift plus the left square bracket, it makes it softer. What other options do you need to know about the brush? You can change its opacity up here. So if I had it on 50, it would overlap with itself. So you could do something like a bit of a gradient. Let's put it on 20 to show you that. You know, it works like any paint tool. Right now I'm using my mouse instead of a Wacom. Instead of my Wacom, just because I figure most of you are going to be using a mouse. So I want to keep it true to form. So you can do a bit of a gradient right there, just like that. All right. So, that's how to use the brush tool. I'm going to put it back on 100%. And that's all you need to know for now. The reason I mention this is because in order to get rid of something like this, we use the cloning stamp, which is a type of brush. So it's located right here, right near the brush. And the way to use this is you can increase its size using the square bracket. That should sound very familiar. Decrease its size with the square bracket, increase its hardness with the square bracket, and decrease its hardness with the shift plus square bracket. So right out of the box, when you get this, what you do is you press Alt, and you hold down Alt and you click. So I'm going to click once right there. Then I let go of Alt, and then I click and drag. And what it's doing is it's copying from wherever I clicked Alt first. So as you can see right here, it's very obvious, and that's because it has a hard edge. I'm going to undo that with Control-Z, and I'm going to increase the size of the brush, and I'm going to decrease its hardness. So I can decrease its hardness either by pressing Shift plus the square bracket key, or you can just right-click and bring it down so it has a very soft edge. I'm going to hit Alt again, and I'm going to remove this, and as you can see, the zit is now gone. So it can work for evil purposes as well. If I were to hit Alt here and then try to add it up here, or better yet, add it over here, you could start adding a bunch of zits to his face. It just depends what sort of person you are. One thing to be conscious of when using this tool is don't do it on the layer itself. Because if you do it on the layer itself and you accidentally make a mistake, there's no going back. I mean, you can go undo, but if you make a mistake and then you do something that you really like, you can't undo it. It's too late. You've destroyed this part of the picture. So what you should do is you should create a new layer, just a new empty layer, and whenever you use the stamp tool, always do it on a new layer. So then hit Alt, same thing. You'll notice nothing's happening. That's because it's set to current layer only. If you set it to current and below, it then works. And then you have a layer that you can turn on and off. So if you were to make a mistake, such as this, and then do something fantastic, I don't know, such as this, you could delete one part of it. So I'm going to go to Eraser and just erase out that part of the layer without having to lose this fix to the zit. We can lose this part of it as well. We still have this right here because we have a layer that has these on it on its very own. And that's how to use the cloning stamp. So I'm going to get out of this and do not save. Do not save, and go to here. Same can be used for fixing little brushes, little scratches that are in the image. I'm going to use the clone stamp. I'm going to decrease its size with the square bracket tool. Hit Alt to decide where I'm copying from. Do it again and realize, oh no, I should have created a new layer first. So I'm going to do that. And just kind of going through, you'll notice that I'm constantly sampling. So instead of just like hitting Alt once and then deciding that that's good enough to fix things, I am actually constantly pressing Alt and copying from different places.